Vincent, you're on the Larry Otis Show. Thank you so much for calling.
Yeah, hi, Larry. I miss you at 6 p.m., first of all. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and start. Do you know why we changed to a merit-based bureaucracy in the government rather than just appointees that agreed with the president?
Competence?
Okay, so this is why Garfield was actually assassinated, because he ran on the reform idea of getting political yes men out of important positions and instead putting in merit-based people.
You don't think Elon's competent?
No, I'm talking about the Schedule F, firing of everybody in the agencies.
You're not concerned that 2/3 of federal managers who voted for Kamala Harris say that they would defy a lawful order by President Trump? Does that bother you?
You know what? I'll be honest with you. I don't know their fields. They know their fields. And if they're the experts and they're saying they can't follow something because it would be detrimental, I have to believe them.
Wow.
So
if the boss who gets popularly elected, legitimately elected, says do A, and you don't think you should do A, it's perfectly okay with you for that person not to do A. Wow.
Not necessarily, no.
Yes, what you just now said.
That's not what I'm saying.
2/3 of federal government managers who voted for Vice President Kamala Harris, and the definition of that is somebody who lives in D.C., earns $75K or more. 2/3 say if they thought a legal order was bad policy, they would not implement it. That does not bother you.
We are in a merit-based appointment system. That's what it should be.
Did you vote for Kamala Harris?
I didn't vote for anybody. I don't like anybody that's going for any political positions right
You don't
now.
vote at all?
I vote in the primaries to try and push it one way or the other, but when it goes to the general, I just, whatever.
Really? So you didn't vote for Obama? You didn't vote for George W.? You didn't vote for anybody at the presidential level?
I voted for Obama. Yes,
okay, all right.
All right.
If 2/3 of federal employees under Obama said, I don't care whether whether he gives us a legal order. If I don't like it, I'm not going to do it. Would that disturb you? And would that, in your opinion, be a fireable offense?
No.
Wow.
I want merit-based people appointed.
So it's okay with you if somebody who is appointed, let's say it's Elon Musk, and because of Elon Musk's determination that so-and-so is doing a bad job, President Trump wants this person fired, it would not be okay for that person to be fired because you think the person is doing a good job.
Oh, sorry. Did you just put me back on again? There was a ring.
I never took you off.
Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so you know what? I think it's fine for appointees to disagree with the person at the top. Now, to some degree, that's fine. If it goes extreme or there being a problem, then yes, they could take the steps to do the firing in the proper manner. Now, firing inspector generals just by fiat is not doing that by the proper channels. And he's doing that across the board with everything.
Well, I'll just say this. I don't care who the president is. If 2/3 of people say that I'm not going to follow a lawful order if I don't like it, I believe that person should be fired, whether it's a Democrat, whether it's under a Democrat president or Republican president. You were not elected. The president was. He had policies, and his policies, by the way, are popular, including DOGE, including reducing government spending, including securing the borders, including building the wall. These are all popular policies. And you're telling me that you, as a federal worker, don't like the policy, so you're not going to implement it? You've lost your job as far as I'm concerned. You're done. You're fired.
Yeah, I see your point, but this was something we thought about more than 140 years ago. And the whole point is, when we got this reform in, everything got better. There was a lot less political cronyism. There was a lot less corruption. There was a lot less of all the bad things everybody hates about government.
Well, Vince, I think we've jumped the shark here. Bottom line is, elections matter. Presidents run on policies. Trump ran on a set of policies. Policies are popular. 70% of people, by the way, say that Donald Trump is doing what he said he was going to do. And you have a bunch of deep staters who say, I don't care what the order is. If I don't like it, I'm not going to implement it. If that is your attitude, you should be fired. In fact, I am shocked so many of them publicly said this to this pollster. It seems to me the smart thing to do would be to lie about it, rather than to shed light on the fact that there are a whole bunch of people in government who do not like Donald Trump and therefore are not going to follow his orders. Speaking of which, it happened the first time he ran, which is why he's firing people. This is from The Hill, May 2017. Poll: most federal employees disapprove of Trump. Quote, more than half of federal employees disapprove of President Trump's performance during his first 100 days in office, according to a new poll. This is May 5, 2017. 58% of federal employees disapprove of Trump. Now, if you disapprove of Trump, that's one thing. That's your right. But to refuse to follow a lawful order, that is not your right, and that is a fireable offense, and that is why Donald Trump is getting rid of so many different people, because he realizes what happened in his first term. He was sandbagged by so many federal employees who did not like him, did not like his agenda, whether it was his opposition, whether his support for drilling in Anwar, support for drilling on federal leases. They dragged their feet, they held things up, and Donald Trump realized near the end of his term he needs to do something about that. He drafted an executive order the last waning months of his first term, making it easier to fire federal employees. And he was not going to make the same mistake this time, which is why so many people have been sacked. And I think it's about time. He realized his mistake. You have an agenda. These employees are supposed to execute your agenda, not their agenda. And if you refuse to do so, as far as I'm concerned, that is a fireable offense, and that is what Donald Trump is doing, and good for him. Thanks for watching these clips from The Larry Elder Show. If you enjoyed this content, be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss a moment. More thought-provoking discussions are just a click away, so stay tuned, and we'll see you in the next one.